One.
It's been a few days since I vlogged anything. It's been the 4th of July and I have been out of town. I left the city to go to New Jersey, to my hometown for a few days, but I figured it would be the perfect opportunity to talk about something that I think is pretty relevant to a lot of people right now. Because it is summertime, a lot of people went away for the 4th, a lot of people have vacations coming up, and I know that vacations can be a stressor for people, especially people in their fitness journeys. Vacations can definitely cause stress. I have been there. So something that can happen is you get very into your routine. You have your kitchen and you have your regular meals that you eat, and you have your gym, and you have your workout split that you hit at that gym, and you can stay motivated as long as you have that going for you. So the minute that vacation comes up and you don't have that set routine in place, it can cause a lot of stress. I've been there and it's not easy. I mean, we see a lot of people constantly talking about balance, right? Preaching balance. Work hard, play hard. It sounds great in theory. Finding that balance and embracing it can be much more difficult. So for me, I would say there was a point in time when the idea of vacations and time off from the gym or from my typical diet and foods was stressful. It definitely made me nervous or a little uncomfortable, or made me feel like I might end up losing all the progress that I had worked toward. Now I would say I'm at a different point where I can do that. I can take those days off and I don't panic, I don't freak out. I know that those few days off are not going to hinder me in the long run. But I did talk about this on Instagram the other day. A lot of things people say is like how to get back on track after vacation. And something that I've been thinking about a lot is how the words that we use start to affect us and affect the way that we see ourselves. And I think they slowly over time can have an impact on us. So that's why I don't ever tell anyone to use the word cheat or cheat meal or cheat day, because cheating implies that you're doing something wrong. There's a large negative connotation when you use that word toward what you're doing. So if you say that the foods you're eating are cheating, then eventually you're gonna start to feel guilty for that. It's a bad thing. You're breaking the rules. You're doing something wrong. I don't see those types of meals as anything wrong. I see them as a part of my overall diet, which includes many kinds of foods, many different amounts of foods, and some days those foods are nutritious and wholesome, most of the time, probably 80% of the time, and then the rest of the time they're gonna be fun things because I'm a human being and I cannot eat broccoli and chicken and rice every single meal of every single day. That's boring and that's not living, and I would never want to do that. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you looked in my cupboard, you would see I have some Oreos. I have Ben & Jerry's in my freezer, and I eat those foods. Do I eat them for every meal? Absolutely not. Because my diet includes this broad range of different kinds of food, I don't ever see vacations or birthdays or holidays as getting off track. For me, that's just a part of my lifestyle. And that's the thing, when you embrace this as a lifestyle and when you don't try to use it as a quick fix to solve something or to fix yourself or to lose weight fast, when you embrace it fully and it becomes just a part of your life, those few days off really don't matter much anymore, because a day off, a week off, 3 weeks off even, in the grand scheme of your life it's nothing. I mean, it's a blip on the screen. So I'm always going to eat healthy. I'm always going to be an active person. I'm always going to have fitness and health as a part of my life. So in that case, those days off, those rest days, those vacations, they start to matter less and less. So I'm not going to use that term off track or on track. I'm not going to use the word cheat anymore. And I encourage you all to think about it as well. I mean, how do you look at it? Because if you looked at it as like you've messed up and you need to get back on track, right? And you know what? Sometimes we do have actual cases where we've really just, stopped being as motivated, and that's different. But I'm talking about you went on a vacation, you were out of town, you had a birthday, it was the 4th of July. That's not getting off track. Eating some barbecue food and ice cream and having a beer on the 4th of July, that's not getting off track. That's living life. That's eating the foods you want to eat on a holiday. It's a special occasion. It's not every day. It's not every meal. So that's not off track. The more that you let yourself do that on those occasions and stop making it such a big deal, the less guilt you're going to feel, and the less you're going to feel like you need to make up for it. Get back on track. Work off those calories. That kind of mindset is what sets you up for this yo-yo effect of all or nothing. So you're giving it your all or you're off track. And then you get into that mindset of, oh my God, I had one cookie, I'm off track. Oh well, out the window, like I'm done. And then that leads into a week of feeling like you already messed up, so you might as well not even try anymore. That turns this into something that's not a lifestyle. It's this on or off switch. And again, this word is very much overused, but it is finding that middle ground, finding that balance. And it's not easy, guys. And if you are not there, that is okay. I wouldn't say I'm all the way there either, and I will admit that. There are times when I do find myself stressing out too much, or feeling like I have to get to the gym, or feeling like, I didn't eat as well yesterday, so I really have to be on point today. And I find myself in that as well, but I really try to catch myself on it and catch myself on the kinds of phrasing that I'm using, because I do find that it affects me. Just like when I did label foods as good or bad or healthy or unhealthy, it did that same kind of thing. So when I labeled foods as unhealthy and off limits, then when I ate them, I felt like I was already failing at my diet, or that I, had done something wrong. And then you feel like, well, I'm already off, so I might as well, I already had one Oreo, so I might as well eat the whole sleeve because, I already messed up, so what's that gonna do? So when I learned to stop labeling foods as bad and look at foods as part of a balanced diet, that's when that changed for me. And I think it goes with everything. So in terms of exercise as well, like one day off of the gym doesn't mean you have to take the next week off. It doesn't mean like, oh crap, I already messed up my split, I already messed up my workout schedule, I'm off track, so I'm just gonna take some more time off. Like, it's just one day. Sometimes it's a few days or whatever, you're on vacation, it's a week. But that doesn't mean you're done. That doesn't mean that it's over. That doesn't mean you failed. It's just time off. And everyone needs vacation, okay? Vacation is not something that should make you feel guilty. And if vacations are making you feel guilty, if special occasions are making you feel guilty, that means that you probably do have a problem in your relationship with food and exercise. And that's not to say there's anything wrong with you. And it's a hard thing to find a healthy relationship with food. I think very few people really truly have that. It's something that I really would love to work toward in life. I don't think I'm 100% there. But it is something that you should look at, because vacations are not meant to be stressful. Time away isn't meant to be stressful. Holidays aren't meant to be stressful. They're meant to be enjoyed. And if your stress over what you're eating is ruining that for you, then that's something to think about. And it's something to consider. How can I fix this? How can I look at this so that it doesn't stress me out? Because everyone needs time off, right? We cannot be on point all the time. It's unrealistic. If you have a vacation, if it's a holiday, if it's your birthday, if you have someone visiting from out of town and you just need a break, whatever it may be, you're not cheating. You did not mess up. Stop telling yourself that. And if you come back from that and you say like, gotta get to the gym, gotta do hours of cardio to make up for this, gotta go on a cleanse to make up for this. That is not gonna fix anything. If anything, it's only gonna set you up so that that cycle continues and spirals out of control. Because when you place exercise in your mind as a punishment for eating, how are you ever going to enjoy exercise? I mean, the only way that I ever really learned to incorporate this into my life as something that I loved and enjoyed was to start looking at exercise as an activity that was fun. When I started doing things that I enjoyed, and when I started going to the gym because I wanted to rather than because I felt like I had to. If you continue to make exercise a punishment, if you continue to restrict yourself in terms of your food choices after a vacation or time off, then you will struggle to find a healthy relationship with food. And that should be a goal for everyone, because food is meant to be enjoyed. Food is meant to fuel our bodies. It's meant to help us do all the things that we want to do. And if you are struggling to find ways to enjoy food without feeling guilt, then I urge you to try to reframe and rephrase how you're viewing it and how you're talking to yourself. So next time that you have a meal or a vacation, don't refer to it as a treat. I like to use the term fun meal or fun day and make it a positive thing instead of a negative thing. It's not negative. You are not messing up or screwing up because you are enjoying some meals that are maybe not the most nutritious. You are just living. You are being a human. And I found that once I took that pressure off, once I stopped making those days or those meals such a big deal, I actually didn't crave them as much. I think when I made them into like a cheat day or something that was bad, I'd feel the need to eat everything in sight, and because I didn't know when I was going to get that again, or I knew I was going to have to go back to eating healthy the next day. So, I had to get all of those foods in now. But once I just started looking at it as like, I'm going to go have a fun meal out, well then that's when I really started to learn how to just listen to my body. And yeah, I might order a burger, but I'm not going to like stuff my face until I feel sick. So I think letting go of that guilt, and when I stopped labeling foods as good or bad, or when I stopped looking at these days as a cheat or like something that I was doing wrong, that's when I've actually been able to find more of that balance, because it's not a big deal to me anymore. So I don't need to have it be a free-for-all. And I think that's the dangerous thing with restriction and with associating guilt with food, is that you end up going to these extremes, and it's either restricting or it's overeating, and that's a very dangerous cycle to get into. So what I found is, like, I just came back, I had 3 days off, and I didn't track any of my intake. I ate what I wanted when I wanted. I didn't really think about what I was eating, but when I look back on it, I don't really think I overate very much. I mean, I think I was pretty realistic within my meals, and I had things I wanted. I had ice cream, I had cookies, I had burgers, barbecue, I had drinks. I don't think that you can truly start to listen to your body and its needs until you remove all the stuff that's going on up here. So that guilt, that stress, that worry about food and about time off, it's going to be harder to listen to what you want until you start to really let go of that. And like I said, I don't claim to be perfect at any of this. For me, it's all still an ongoing process, and I'm definitely learning, and these past few days have shown me how much further along I really am, and I'm proud of that, because I think I've worked toward that balance. I've been at both extremes of not caring and caring too much. I'm slowly easing myself into a place that is more comfortable and healthy, and I just want to let you all know that that's a place that you can get to as well, and just share some advice. I hope that helped. I do encourage you to pay attention to the way you're talking to yourself and the way you're treating your exercise and your diet, especially when it comes to days off or time off, and just go easier on yourself. Time off is not going to kill you. In fact, I encourage you to take some time off. It's necessary, it's healthy, it feels good, and when you get back to it, you'll still be on track. You're never gonna fall off track. You're still on track. You're still on your way there. So just keep going. Hope that was helpful, guys. Have a great day. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye. But you gotta put it work.